Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're unpacking something literally game-changing in how we evaluate generative AI. We're looking directly at the Codatta AI Agent Arena framework. If you've been following the Gen AI space for a bit, building a model, well, that's really only half the battle. The actual challenge? Proving what it can actually do out in the wild. And the source material we're analyzing today introduces a framework designed specifically for Gen AI models that completely flips the script on traditional evaluation.
Now, I want you to think about this. Is your AI tested by the world or just a data set? It's a pretty provocative question, right? I mean, for the longest time, the absolute gold standard has just been running models through these static, totally predictable data sets. But, and the source material hits the nail on the head here, a highly controlled environment just doesn't reflect the messy, totally unpredictable reality of human interaction. This question really challenges the entire foundation of how we measure AI competence right now.
And that brings us to the core philosophy of Codatta's approach, delivered as a straight-up punchline. Tested by the world, not just the data set. Basically, Codatta is picking up the goalposts and moving them. They recognize that if generative AI is going to actually operate in the real world, well, it needs to be evaluated by the real world. We are finally moving away from isolated static testing and embracing something much, much more dynamic and alive.
All right, Section 1. Enter the AI Arena.
So, what is the Codatta AI Agent Arena, or AAA? Well, it's designed as a completely live environment. Think of it less like a quiet, sterile laboratory and much more like an active, fiercely competitive proving ground where models are put to the ultimate test. The source specifically highlights that this is where Gen AI models demonstrate their true capabilities through what they call real-world living tasks. We're not talking about answering multiple-choice questions from some 5-year-old database here. No, this is about interacting, adapting, and actually solving problems in real-life living scenarios.
But okay, how do you make sure a live arena doesn't just, completely devolve into chaos? Well, Codatta's answer is building a truly fair proving ground. According to the framework, the leaderboard in this arena is actually powered by blockchain. And by bringing blockchain into the mix, the arena guarantees an environment that is 100% transparent and tamper-proof. That means the results you're looking at on the leaderboard, they're totally verifiable. It establishes this bedrock of absolute trust in the entire evaluation process.
Now, in any arena, you've got to have contenders. The framework breaks these players down into two distinct groups, and they both have very different motivations. On one side, we have companies. Their main goals are showcasing their models and building trust with the market. And on the flip side, we have developers who are laser-focused on building their agents and actively battling them in the arena. It's a wildly fascinating ecosystem. Let's break down exactly what this means for both sides, starting with the big corporate players.
Section 2. Companies. Compete with trust.
Corporate players are in this constant, exhausting race to prove their AI solutions are the absolute most reliable on the market. And a huge takeaway from the source material is this quote right here. Stand out with your strongest models, not just more of them. The whole point here is quality over quantity. The arena isn't set up to reward companies that just flood the zone with dozens of frankly mediocre models. Nope, it's designed to spotlight the heavy hitters. If a company wants to succeed on that tamper-proof leaderboard, they absolutely have to bring their best. And when companies do bring those strong models, the upside is massive. They gain incredibly credible recognition. And why is it so credible? Because these models are being validated by actual real users, not just automated scripts running in the background. By successfully demonstrating what their models can do on those real-world living tasks we talked about earlier, companies earn a level of validation that you just literally cannot get from traditional closed-door benchmarking.
Moving on to Section 3. Developers. Battle and benchmark.
For independent builders and engineers looking to really test their mettle, the energy shifts here. It goes from showcasing trust to active combat and evolution. For developers, the journey in the arena is defined by this super clear, exciting 3-step progression. First up, you build your agents, specifically taking your LLM-powered bots and turning them into real contenders. Second, you battle smart by throwing them right into the live arena. And third, you get noticed. It's just a direct, high-speed pipeline from creation straight through to competition and recognition.
Digging a little deeper into that developer experience, the source notes something really interesting. This isn't just about fighting, it's actually a lot about collaboration too. In this live arena, your AI competes, collaborates, and ultimately evolves by tackling real tasks. Developers get to benchmark their performance against their peers, learn from the wider community, and earn that absolutely vital visibility on a global scale. It's a vibrant ecosystem that's purely built for continuous improvement.
Which brings us to Section 4, the global unbiased test. But okay, who's actually refereeing these battles? Who makes sure the validation for the companies and the benchmarking for the developers is actually accurate? Well, the true judges of the Codatta AI Agent Arena aren't just a handful of engineers sitting in a conference room somewhere. It's a massive worldwide community. I mean, just look at the sheer scale of this. Over 313,000 users back this arena. This is the global community actively engaging with, testing, and pushing these generative AI models to their absolute limits. This huge number is exactly what turns that tested by the world philosophy into a tangible reality.
And that user base? It is definitely not localized. Those users are spread across over 270 countries. I mean, wow, that just highlights that this arena is a truly worldwide, borderless proving ground. These models aren't just learning from one specific culture or region. They are getting bombarded with inputs, perspectives, and crazy challenges from literally every corner of the globe.
Because of that incredible global footprint and the representation across all sorts of diverse industries, the Codatta framework manages to achieve something that is notoriously difficult in AI: totally unbiased evaluation. By testing these models with hundreds of thousands of people globally, the arena ensures the evaluations are free from user bias, free from language bias, and free from data bias. It creates this genuinely level playing field where a model's true capability is the absolute only thing that actually matters.
So, that brings us to our final thought. We've seen exactly how the Codatta AI Agent Arena uses blockchain to lock down a tamper-proof leaderboard, how it tests models through living tasks, and how it taps into a massive global community to completely eliminate bias. So the only real question left to ask is this: is your Gen AI model ready to enter the arena? It really is a completely new paradigm for proving what AI can do. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps structure your understanding of exactly where AI evaluation is heading next.